Hey fam, it's me Aaron for a comic show. This is New Comics Now. Got a big stack of comics. Got an exciting week this week for a comic shop in the Geek Easy. Exciting day for me today, I guess. It's my 8-year wedding anniversary. So my second marriage has now lasted twice as long as my first marriage. So a little fun fact about me. Yay, I'm thrilled. It's been fun. The big deal for the store this week, and one of the big deals for All New Marvel Now, is the Secret Avengers by S.H.I.E.L.D. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be here in the store on Friday with Tradd Moore, his cover artist, Tradd Moore from Luther Strode, and Tradd Moore from issue 2 of Zero, which is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s breakout indie book that he's writing a script for a pilot for TV. But Secret Avengers was fun. It has the characters that you'd want to see on S.H.I.E.L.D., like Nick Fury, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Spider-Woman, which, you know, I know the cinematic universe, but Agent Coulson. And what, is that MODOK? Cool, right? You don't have to have read anything before this. This is all new, Marvel Now, #1. It's fun, it's fast-paced. Tradd Moore does not do the interior art, but the interior art is pretty darn good. It's very similar to things we've seen in the Hawkeye book. And I like this, it's in this corner of the universe that I'm digging with Edmondson, Kot, and Fraction. And 3 of these books came out this week. We have Secret Avengers, which I'm going to be offering a special on in my store. Come get it signed. Black Widow by Nathan Edmondson and Phil Noto. Phil Noto is just beautiful, and I can't believe he's keeping up. I know he had to start this way early, but I hope he stays on this book, at least does every other arc, because it is amazing. I love this Edmondson's espionage spy stuff. I love how simplistic it is, where Hawkeye's simplistic in that, this is what he does when he's not an Avenger. He basically causes his own problems. He's a reckless bastard. Okay, this is Black Widow in her free time when she's not being an Avenger, tries to set the karmic scale. Alluded to in the movie, or said explicitly by Loki in the movie when he was mocking her. But great issue. She fights a villain in here that looks like Jason Aaron. Just looks like a jacked up Jason Aaron, big old burly beard. You'll see this Hammer of God when you get there, but I think they modeled it on Jason Aaron. It was fun. Hawkeye, this issue, no, it's not a saga crossover with the TV head, but it was fun. You have the Mini Marvels artist doing what's kind of like a fill-in, but I've read the issue after this on the Marvel retailer site, and oh my God, things just go crazy. And the Barton brothers get busted up for reasons that aren't their own. Things are happening in Hawkeye where it's not his own mistakes that he's made that are coming back to haunt him. It's actual, adversity. And I'm hoping the theme is he's much better at dealing with the adversity that comes at him externally than the crap he makes himself, because he's such his own worst enemy. But he is a good hero. So Hawkeye is fun, Black Widow's awesome, and try Secret Avengers. It's a fun, new Secret Avengers by S.H.I.E.L.D. team you want to see, fast-paced, and I really enjoyed it. Moving on to the trial of Jean Grey, I'm really digging this. I'm digging Bendis doing the sci-fi elements with the X-Men, because they've always been a socio-political thing, but they've always been a sci-fi thing too, with the science behind the genetics and the evolution and going out into space and the Shi'ar and the Dark Phoenix, and it's all coming to a head. The Starjammers are there. Rock Raccoon has the best line in the book, and I'm really digging it. I like that it's all heading up to that issue 25 anniversary issue of All New X-Men that's going to be exercise and extra awesome. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, you got the new Captain Marvel, all new now. It's still by Kelly Sue DeConnick, which is good because she has a legion of fans, a whole Captain Marvel core, and same costume, similar hairstyle, grown out a bit, but this is fun. This is all leading up to her with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sure you've seen promo art with her in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Venom, which if Marvel, the comics is all about just setting things up for the cinematic movie universe, why are they including Venom in their Guardians of the Galaxy when they can't include Venom because he's Sony? So there's still fun to be had in comics that isn't regulated by the movies. But I enjoyed that book, glad it got a new launch, just because it always needs a push to get new readers. And if she's in the Guardians of the Galaxy, then it's a good time to give a new #1 for people to jump on, because honestly, how long have any of your series really lasted? It needs all the help it can get. It needs all the support you can give it, so give it a shot. Superior Spider-Man, Goblin Nation. You see the 2 Spider-Men on here. It's awesome. $20.99. Everything, every villain, everything's just blowing up. You got Jonah J. Jameson. You got Norman Osborn. You got Otto as Spider-Man, and you got them all warring over who's going to rule the city, who's going to come out on top. And as you know, it's all coming to a huge head. I'm not going to spoil anything with it, but I loved it. It was crazy, and I'm excited about what comes. And I hope what comes isn't just Peter back. I want some meaty ramifications from all this because I enjoyed it so much. Moving on to DC, this Batman 29, it's an exercise issue. Yeah, it's like $2 more, but it's literally exercise, no backup story. It's all Capullo art, the whole entirety of it. Scott Snyder, he has ended these little arcs with Zero Year so wonderful. You remember issue 24 with the Red Hood Joker type of craziness? I love that issue. That's my favorite single issue of his whole run. And this Riddler thing all comes to a head, and it doesn't disappoint. I am so glad I got an advanced copy of this because it was a dense read. It was a fun read, but it was dense. So much happened, and I really super enjoyed it. You will be totally satisfied. Whether you think that Zero Year is dragging out or whatever, this is such a fun, satisfying read. And it has some, aw shit censored moments. I don't censor shit, but there's allusions to a lot of things we like about Batman. There's the purple gloves from his origin, of course. There's allusions to maybe the best, most memorable thing of the All-Star Batman. There's stuff to visually to Dark Knight Returns that's awesome. And you will see everything I'm talking about in here. None of that is important to the plot in any way, but if you are a big Batman fan, you will love this. And all the Easter eggs Scott Snyder's putting in here, he's telling a brilliant narrative, but it's full of these little Easter eggs that make me, as a lifelong Batman fan, just squee. And I love you, Scott Snyder. I'm a fanboy for you. That's all there is to it. So keep on doing what you're doing. Don't ever leave Batman. You can leave every other book you want, but don't ever leave Batman. Forever Evil, Justice League of America. This is the final tie into this, and it leads directly into Forever Evil 7, which is the conclusion, which we all want, we've all been waiting for, and the Firestorm fallouts on the cover. So there's a big deal Firestorm stuff, big deal stuff with Stargirl, which was awesome. And Justice League 3000 has the 4th issue. They explained how they're sort of not clones. It's all explained in here. I was satisfied with the explanation. It wasn't the whole double speak in the interviews. It was actually reasonable, and I'm enjoying the team. I'm enjoying the bickering on Firestorm. As you've seen from the covers and the solicitations, there's Firestorm. Awesome. It's just not saying how, not saying when, not saying why, but we know Firestorm's coming there too. So I like seeing Firestorm. He's one of my little pet favorite guys, even though his head's on fire, and that's kind of ridiculous. Charles Soule's Superman Wonder Woman. This is the book that nobody really wanted. Nobody was really excited about their relationship. I mean, maybe a few people that have been doing fan fiction of that forever. And to me, I didn't care about him and Lois together. I didn't care about her and Steve together. It just, throwing them together just seemed a little contrived, obviously. And having said that, I've enjoyed the hell out of this series. And issue 6 was phenomenal. The payoff in this issue was just ridiculous. The stakes are so high in this book. All of the supporting characters, they're getting help from their whole cast of characters. They're fighting their whole cast of villains. They're doing stuff together that they couldn't do individually. And in a relationship, that is essentially the thing that defines a good relationship. That, yes, you're both strong on your own. Yes, you can work together, but are there things that the two of you can do that only the two of you can do that you can't do on your own and you can't do with someone else? And that happens in here. And you can tell, I don't spoil, I'm not giving details, but Charles Soule is a brilliant legal mind who told a great romantic story that involved thousands of punches and explosions and heartfelt moments, and I freaking loved it. So it gets my full endorsement. If you haven't tried Superman Wonder Woman, try it. You're not going to be disappointed by Charles Soule. And real quick, Wonder Woman Volume 4 is out today, which is War. It's the volume where everything comes to a head for all of her subplots. And also Trinity War comes out today, which leads in directly to Forever Evil. So you get that, you get in Forever Evil, now you're a DC fan. So that's simple as that. Come check it out. Moving on to the things that I am most passionate about, even though I'm a fanboy for Marvel writers and characters and a total fanboy for DC characters and a few of their writers, my passion really is in creator-owned comics. And I love it when these guys do creator-owned comics too, but Evan Dorkin, I've been reading him since Dork, since all those ridiculous books that I super enjoyed when I was a little punk rock ska kid, whatnot. But Beasts of Burden is awesome. It's like Scooby-Doo if they're all dogs and there's one cat and it meets Supernatural, and it's just totally, it's hardcore actually. It's kind of sort of all ages, but it doesn't pull any punches. And Jill Thompson's art is beautiful. I've loved her art ever since Delirium and Sandman. And some of these quotes on the cover are just ridiculous. For pet lovers and enthusiasts of supernatural mysteries, this series is an absolute must. If you're the certain pet owner that, these dogs, they get hurt, and I hate seeing animals injured, I hate that. Like, I see, brutality and cross, but, you kick a dog, and I'm like, no, don't kick that dog. What the hell is wrong with you? But, it's animal on supernatural animal violence. So, I can dig it, but really great book. Give it a chance. Won tons of awards, tons of Eisners. Great book. And it's a one-shot. You can jump into it, like it, don't like it, whatever. You gave it a shot. You probably have a friend that has better taste than you if you didn't like it, and give that to that friend. They'll love you forever. Moving on, The Walking Dead, All Out War, which I call The Warring Dead now. Big game changer in this. It seems like the war pivots here and there, and there's a big pivot point in this that's ridiculous. So that can't even say anything. East of West, loving this book. Again, not much to say. The art's beautiful, just fits this story so well. I love Hickman. I love his dense world of East of West, and I just like how it's all playing out. And, the one complaint I've heard about it really, other than people that were just left cold with the first issue or two, is that, man, it reads so much better collected. So, I'm still pushing it issue per issue because I'm enjoying it issue per issue, but seriously, try Volume 1, $10 Volume 1, grab it, try it. It's awesome. You'll probably like it, even if you thought issue 1 was like all over the place, whatever. For me, all over the place Hickman is, I give him a blank check because he has connected all those dots for me with so many series that I know the more wild his worlds are and the more wildly he casts the net, the more awesome fish is going to come into that net for this great crescendo. Love Hickman. So East of West is awesome. And finally, digging way back to my teenage years, a book that was seriously my favorite book back then, Stray Bullets by David Lapham. You might have read him on various things for, Vertigo stuff or Marvel stuff or Crossed or just various stuff that he's done for Avatar and whatnot. But this is Stray Bullets. He wanted to finish it. It had one issue left that came out today, issue 41, with El Capitan, his own publisher. And it's put out with that and Image, which is great because Image lets him keep all the rights, all the media rights, all the comic rights, all that stuff. I'm glad that he held out to get a deal with Image, and this deal is just freaking awesome. It's everything. This is the entire volume for $60, like how you get those huge, thick compendiums of The Walking Dead that you can, kill zombies with. But this book includes 41. He's not the type of thing that's like, well, if you want to get the last issue, you better buy this $60 thing. And he's not like, well, I'm going to do this and I'll collect everything else, but I won't collect the last issue in it, so you'll have an incomplete collection. You could do both. You can buy this, buy that, buy both, whatever. You're satisfied either way. I love David Lapham for this. And the book is just so crazy. It's Stray Bullets. It's a crime book. It's a crime noir type of thing. It's in the 70s and 80s, and it jumps around in time so often that a villain in one issue that you just think is totally irredeemable, just totally wicked, just this evil dude. And then flash back 15 years or so, and you see him as a little boy with his mom as, a prostitute and drugs and crime and everything, that he grew up in this. He grew up just being, just not being hugged, not being loved, being abused. And you kind of have some empathy for the character, and it just jumps around where you kind of have this empathetic vertigo through it, and it's horribly violent. Don't get me wrong, I'm talking about the emotional stuff, but it's a horribly violent book. There is death all over, and there's cool stuff where like in Pulp Fiction where Travolta's character dies. Spoiler, that's from the the 90s. But Travolta's character dies early on, and then he's still around in the flashback type of stuff, and you still care about him, and it's just weird. It's like that. And this is the conclusion. I'm telling you, if you like any of the crime stuff from Criminal or from Brubaker or Rucka or any of this stuff, give David Lapham Stray Bullets a shot. Just spend the $60 on this whole volume. But here's another way to get into it. This is essentially volume 2. It's Stray Bullets Killers, number 1. It's $3.50 issue. Love the trade dress. He hasn't strayed from that trade dress in like 20 years. I guess 19 years specifically. But this first issue was just awesome. It was just ridiculous. It's 78. They make some Star Wars references. There's strip clubs. There's murder. There's traveling salesmen. It's just and kids growing up and discovering their sexuality in a world that's sexualized with crime. And it's just, I love Stray Bullets. I am so happy that it's back. It's just this void where this Eisner Award-winning book was out of print for the entire time that I've been a comic shop owner. For the entire last decade, it's been out of print, and now I can finally sell it and finally push it, and you can finally enjoy it, and you can understand why I'm so messed up, because this is the stuff that raised me. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'll interact with everybody. I love this stuff. And if you're local, this week of the Geek Easy is just nonstop. We have trivia on Tuesday where you're in teams and you can win your bar tab if you're the winning team. Wednesday, we're having a WordPress meetup in here. Thursday is an improv group. Friday, we're having the Kot and Tradd Moore signing with a whole panel, which is going to be fun, and you can interact with them, Q&A and all that stuff. And then Friday nights, of course, nerdy karaoke. And Saturday is Tronic. And then Sunday we're off. And Monday is St. Patrick's Day with a big St. Patrick's Day celebration of the Geek Easy with drink specials, green beer, and again karaoke, because what we like to do when we drink is sing terrible songs on karaoke. At least that's me, and it seems like a lot of people like doing that. So that's what we're going to do. Thanks, bye-bye.